Happy Friday evening. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a topic that's been coming up a bit this week, and that has been getting close to somebody, being afraid that you're not going to be able to do it right. So some people are really afraid to get close to another person because they're not really sure if the shit goes down, if they're going to be able to be there for that person, if they're going to be able to be there for them in the right way. So if they get into a fight, if there's a big life event, they're afraid that it's just going to be a disaster and they're not going to be able to cope. So it either makes them push people away before they can get close, or it makes them, not even try to go for relationships. So if this is you, and if this is something that you struggle with, I have some suggestions of how to try to get to the root of what this is. So Esther Perel, one of my favorite writers and thinkers about relationships and love, often talks about how when she first starts working with people, she asks them how they were taught to love. So were you able to have needs and desires when you were growing up? Were you able to ask for things? Were you able to thrive? Or were you expected to just make do? And what did you see in your environment about what it was to love? So if you ask yourself some of these questions, what does it bring up for you? What do you recall? What do you remember? Does it make sense for you to connect how maybe being loved is scary, or maybe it feels like it's a burden, or maybe it feels like it's something that's, not for you? And the main reason why people maybe aren't zooming over to go into these deep questions is because it's painful, and sometimes it can feel like it's your fate. If that's what you saw, if that's what you experienced, that's what you will experience. But this is not a sentence, this awareness is not a sentence of what you are going to experience. It is simply a guide to why you may think things that you don't entirely understand, or why you stay away from things that you don't understand. Especially when it's something that you want so badly. You start thinking, well, I want intimacy and a connection, but I keep on creating these situations that are obviously not getting me to the point that I want to get to. What is up? What am I doing? So if this sounds a little bit like you, I would really like to help guide you through the beginning of this process. I have a few questions that might just open up your mind to some of the things that I've been talking about and how they might be affecting you. So DM me here or email me info@shulamelamed.com. It's really important to understand how those early experiences affect us now, and they don't have to be a sentence for how things are going to be. Listen, I know this is slightly heavy for a Friday afternoon. It's not exactly TGIF, but it's just something to think about, and I would like to help as many people kind of start unpacking these things, because this is the beginning of having healthy relationships.